People are willing to watch their relationship suffer as though it were a staring contest. Only this time around, you win by doing less, ultimately losing. Welcome to season 1, episode 1 of Poetic Wrap, and today I'll be telling you the story of my very first scribble by Paapa. This story I tell about coming up with the entire poem while I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth is one that I don't believe I will ever get tired of telling. So for anyone who is hearing this for the first time, allow me to tell this story one more time. It was a Wednesday night. I had just returned from the library and had gone up to the bathroom to brush my teeth. Standing in front of the mirror with my brush going back and forth up and down my mouth, all that I could think about was this particular friendship of mine that I was allowing my pride to ruin because I felt the friendship had become very one-sided. We had grown closer as friends over the course of last year, and I was very excited that we'd go into the same university. I look forward to seeing her more, talking to her more, hanging out more. But when the school year began, instead of seeing each other more, talking to each other more, and hanging out more, I experienced a lot of unanswered calls and many failed attempts at a hangout or meetup. After a while, I was so hurt and disappointed that I decided not to reach out anymore. I wasn't going to call or try to arrange any more hangouts or meetups. At the time, I didn't realize how stupid that was because by doing that, there was only one way that the friendship would end, and that was in failure. But I was willing to accept that because of my pride. The funny thing is that while I was thinking I had lost my friend or was losing my friend, she wasn't thinking same. On February 14, 2025, Valentine's Day, I was in the classroom waiting for my economics professor when around 7:45 a.m., my phone rang. I took it out from my bag and her name was on the screen. Sincerely, I was surprised. I was surprised because she hadn't called me in a very long time. So, for a second, I tried figuring out why she was calling me. I answered the call, and the very first sentence that came out of her mouth was, "Happy Valentine's Day, baby." And I will never forget that. Not because of the words, but because of the excitement that she spoke with. It was such a huge reassurance that I had not lost my friend after all. Although it did not erase the hurt and disappointment completely, it certainly made it easier for me to tell her how I was feeling. After some talks over the phone, we arranged to meet up. And this time she came. Yes, she came. We spoke and I realized that I had been very slow to accept that my life on campus was very different from hers. While I had a lot of free time and very few assignments, she had a lot of assignments and many very long hours in the classroom, coupled with other things that she told me about. Ultimately, after more than an hour of talking with each other, I felt like I had not missed a single thing. I am so glad that she called me that Friday morning because after we finally got together and had that conversation, I feel our friendship has grown for the better. And this is something that I believe she would agree with me on. Now, at the time I wrote the poem, I had not made this realization yet. But after we had those conversations, I came back and appreciated that what I'm about to say is what the poem means to me. Distance is not a reliable metric for the strength of a friendship or relationship. So it would not be prudent to allow it to determine what our relationships are reduced to. Sometimes we need to show each other grace. And from my experience, I have learned that we can do that when we have a humble appreciation for how real life can get. The truth is that relationships evolve. And while its new form might be difficult to adapt to, I believe that it is in the adapting that we are able to realize the true strength of our relationships. At the end of the day, the most important thing is that you keep the bonds that you want to keep. If someone shows you that they value you, give them grace. And don't allow pride or ego to ruin the friendships or relationships that you value. When you find yourself in a similar situation like I was with my friend, here's what I recommend. Be honest. Let them know how you're feeling. And I promise you that the clarity that presents is so rewarding. Whether the response is what you expect or not what you expect, it comes with clarity that allows you to move on. And along with that clarity comes peace, which I believe is very essential for our own well-being. And so on that note, that is the Poetic Wrap on my very first Scribbled by Paapa. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back for the second episode where I tell you the story behind my final Scribbled by Paapa for the year, which is Let Me In. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.